Hello. Hi. How are you all? I'm so excited to be here. I am on two platforms at once. So if you see my eyes moving back and forth, that's why, because I have two devices that I'm on. But when you join, say hello. Obviously, let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're on the replay, say hashtag replay. I do utilize these platforms as a tool of connection, and I believe in them, as a place to really get to know each of you. If you don't know me, my name is Colleen Gallagher, and I'm a lifestyle coach and mentor. What that means is that I have different courses, I have one on one consulting, I have one on one coaching to really support you in creating a life you love. And I guess you could say, trademarks or why people come to me is really through emotional mastery, communication, digital marketing, and relationships. So that's really why. And usually when you find me, it's because either behind the scenes you have this, well, in front of the world, you have this great life and you're doing all the things, but behind the scenes, your life is kind of a shit storm with your relationships and, being happy and really actually doing what you want to do. And so that's usually why people come to me. And then the second part is if like you've made money before, you've had success in a career, but you're struggling with the digital marketing and technology aspect of things, then that's why you really come to me. So anyway, I'm super excited to be here. Hey Harash, how are you? And I wanted to talk about something this morning because I actually was going to have a podcast this morning, but life kind of rearranged and it didn't happen. We had to reschedule. So I wanted to do a live kind of talking about what do we do when things don't go as planned? Because if you're anything like me, and I'm usually like an alpha type A person where I'm like, get shit done, here's what's happening, like, I don't know, make these things happen. And I feel like I have like all these things like very like planned and organized and lined up. Like I know what's happening, when's happening, where people are meant to go. Like I'd probably be a fabulous event planner, to be fair. I probably would be a great one. And when things don't go like kind of the way that they were planned, if you're anything like me, you kind of go in this place of like, oh, what did I do wrong? Or what could I have done better? Could I have sent like more emails to make sure the person knew that this was the right time for a podcast? Or could I have followed up more? Could I have been more specific in my directions? Could I ask, like, did they receive my communication? Like, the list can go on of all the things that, we can kind of do as people to overanalyze, be hard on ourselves, think something went wrong when things don't go the way that they're meant to. And this has been, I guess, maybe a pattern my whole life because I had thyroid cancer at age 14. And so that was like definitely, life didn't go the way that it was supposed to, like healthy until you're much older. And I was supposed to be on medication for the rest of my life. Like life didn't go really as it was planned. And when that happens, a lot of us, we don't know how to readjust or realign or reevaluate how to move forward in the right direction. And so I kind of wanted to just do this live because it really reminded me, I mean, this whole thing of the podcast not working out or the whole thing of cancer, happening or, even when business goes wrong or even when your finances aren't in line and in order, like all of these things kind of happen and they don't go as we planned, right? We don't plan for someone to get sick and we have to pull out extra savings, or we don't plan that someone's going to die when they do and our life emotionally uprevels and we can't focus on our business or our career or our goals the way that we once were. We go through a divorce or experience a child loss. I don't know. There's just a many multitude of things. So what do we do? So one thing that I've been really good at is in this space of when things don't go well, right? Or don't go as planned. Don't follow this like agenda we had of where we wanted to go. One, I always like to take a moment. What I've learned is just to breathe out. Roll your shoulders up and back. Maybe move your spine. Like just really release and come present in this moment, because whatever you wanted to happen, it's not happening the way you thought it was going to. And just to relax and take a deep breath really allows you to become present. And it's only when we're in this present moment, we're like feeling the sensations of this present moment, we're able to be dropped in to our body. So we can begin to see, okay, this didn't go as planned. So what am I going to now create with this life? What am I now going to do to create the life that I want? What am I going to do from this moment to create the future, this moment, back into a space of feeling good, of feeling powerful, of feeling aligned? And it's like even just powerful to say that. Like when things don't go as planned, to accept it and then to begin to go, what can I create from this moment? And what I always love is creation, or about the creation phase. I'm a highly creative person. If you're anything like me, I didn't know how to utilize that creative energy in a lot of ways, for a long time. So I would lash out in like anger and frustration and like, screw you people, and I don't know, I'm mad at you people and whatever. And now I've realized, like, okay, something didn't go as planned. Here's the reality, and what is it being created? So for an example, for doing in real life, my podcast, right? It didn't go as planned because someone needed to reschedule. So what am I going to do? I'm going to create a video. I'm still like, I'm here, I'm ready, I got ready, I'm super excited. So I'm going to create a video, create a live stream, and be happy and feel good about it. The next thing that I suggest doing after something doesn't go as planned is you want to begin to write about it. Like once I'm creating this video, but once I said, okay, I'm going to create a video and I'm going to talk about when things don't go as planned, I had to write that. I had to communicate that, right? So I wrote on Facebook, like what to do when things don't go as planned. So I created this idea that was there. Okay, I was already going to create a podcast. Now where this energy that I had put there, where can I input that energy somewhere that's going to produce a similar result? It's going to let me feel like that I'm out there doing my work. I'm out there sharing my message. I'm out there connecting with you all and offering value. So how can I do that? Okay, I can do a live. So now I'm going to write about this, of what I'm going to talk about. From the writing, I'm going to begin to share, like I'm doing right now in real time, sharing what it is that happened and what it is that I'm doing. And then the last part is that I'm going to receive. I'm going to begin to receive the gifts of that. I'm going to begin to receive like the comments, the people that are joining live. I'm going to receive the energy of you. I'm going to receive, you into the offer that I'm going to provide from this. And so I just want you to know that out of everything, when it doesn't go your way, you want to begin to look, what can you create? What can you create? What can you write? What can you share? What can you receive? And that has worked so well for me because it's how I built my business. Because when I had cancer, I felt so frustrated, and it took me 10 years, a decade of my life, till I really began to feel free and be free and no longer chained into this identity of a sick person, or, who had like a mental, well, not mental, but I had a health problem for the rest of my life. And so I wrote a book. I decided I was going to create something. I wrote a book, I shared the book, and I received money from the book. So I just basically wanted to come on. I wanted to share this because I'm super excited. I'm offering one of my bundles, Create, Write, Share, Receive. It's going to be on special. I feel like I never do I shouldn't say it's sales, but it's on special because it's the same investment that you usually get, but now through Friday. So what is that? We're on October 17th. And through October 21st, it's going to be where you can get it. And then you also get a one-on-one call with me. And this is a beautiful course because this is for you if you're someone who's like, ugh, life is never happening the way that I want it to, or ugh, life is never really, going where I want it to go, or life is never really, I don't know what to do because I feel like my life is a success, or there's certain parts that are amazing, but a lot of it behind the scenes, I feel like crap. I feel like shit. I never know what to do. I don't feel like I'm building something that I'm excited about, and I'm definitely not receiving the impact, the clients, the legacy, the money that I want to. And this is my course for anyone who maybe is like a potential writer or a potential speaker or a potential influencer or share. This is for you because I teach you really how to create your life, write about it, journaling, manifestation, meditation, copywriting, really how to share it in a way that feels empowering and enlightening and exciting to you, and then how to receive from it. So it's my like writer's course besides my other one of how to write a book. This is like just how to write through social media, through blogging, through just video, like any of it. How do you create, write, share, and receive your life so that everything is becoming better, everything is becoming expanded, and yeah. So I wanted to come on quickly, and just, like I said, practice what I preach. And I was going to use this energy anyway for a podcast, and it didn't work out. Things don't always go the way they're planned. So you have to surrender when things don't go as planned. You have to look at what can you do to create from that. What can you, and in that creation, you're really alchemizing. So even my third book, right, I went through an abortion and a horrible heartbreak, and I alchemized that to create a beautiful story. So I recommend, Joe, I recommend that, you really, alchemize that into a beautiful story. Joe, we're talking about how when something doesn't go as planned, this is great. If you guys don't know, Joe Ingham is on the podcast, the Colleen Gallagher podcast. When things don't go as planned, which they often don't, especially in the sales process. This guy is a sales genius. And when things don't go as planned in the sales process or in anything, you have to create, right, a new idea, new reality. You have to accept, okay, maybe someone didn't show up to the meeting. Maybe someone ghosted you. Maybe someone's not responding to your email. So when you thought you were going to get a sale, or you thought you were going to get a specific income or a specific client converted over. So when things don't go as planned, right, you have to create, the first part is create a new reality. You have to go, okay, things aren't going as planned. What is the next thing that I can adapt myself to? What is the next thing that I can do to, adapt, elevate, shift, transform to a new way to utilize my energy so I still have a shot at getting the goal that I wanted. So if you're in sales, right, that's going to look like a new email, or maybe a new client, or maybe a new follow-up strategy. Okay, I'm not going to reach out for another month or two, and then I'm going to follow back up and put it in your CRM. Like, you have to begin really looking at new ways when things don't go as planned, how to shift and create, which is exactly what I'm doing right now, because the podcast that I was going to have this morning, someone didn't show up, or, they had to change the time. And so I utilized that same energy, that same output that I was into my podcast here. And then so you want to look, okay, from there, how do you write about that? You have to write it somewhere, because if you don't write things down, you're going to forget about it, because new things pop up, new things happen. So where am I going to write about this? Whether that's journaling, a to-do list, mindfulness, meditation, reprogramming your subconscious. Where am I going to write about it? Where am I going to share it? It has to be shared somewhere. And once I share it, how am I going to be able to receive from that? And you want to really begin to look at that process, which is I talk about as a creative writer, as a creative being, but you could apply this to a masculine paradigm of sales. You could apply it to becoming a writer. You can apply it to becoming a social media influencer, to growing your podcast even. Like, okay, I want my podcast to make more money. So what do I need to create for my podcast? Do I need to create sponsorships? Do I need to create a slide deck? Do I need to look at who would be ideal sponsors for me and call them and maybe host an event at their thing and then have people pay, or I promote it to my social media and to my friends, and then I get a percentage of whatever sales were made. Like, you have to begin to look at this from a way of, like, if I want something, what's the new thing? How do I write it? I have to write about it. I have to make sure everything's in order. It's out, because it's just, until you write it down, it's just in your head. It's just imagination. It's just an idea. Once you literally take something and you write it down, you're like, this is what I'm doing. You just now manifested a reality. You just took something from nothing that was intangible and you made it tangible, right? That's why writing is so important. That's why I believe in writing. That's why I'm a writer. That's why I love expression, because as soon as you allow whatever is in you out, you just made it a tangible thing. We're all creators. We all make tangible things every day. We just aren't realizing we're doing it. And you have the power to create a new tangible, a new thing, to then share it, right? Share it in a way, articulate the message, have a communication dialogue with me to hear to you, and then to receive from it. Whether that's the impact, whether that's receive another person, whether that's receiving money. You can be specific about what you want to receive, right? When you want to receive it. But that's a whole cycle. And this 4 step cycle, you could say, or circle or process I created was about, I think, 2 years ago now. And this is my fourth time launching it, where you go through it with me, where you get a one-on-one call with me. So anyway, you get instant access to it. It's called Create, Write, Share, Receive. And I've left the links on Facebook called Create, Write, Share, Receive. I will leave it. Well, Instagram, you can just message me or type below, like create something like this, or creative, or write, any of them. Or I want to receive, maybe I want to receive, and I will get you the link. Or it will be on my stories. And this special where you get the one-on-one call with me is only going to be good till Friday, October 21st. So it's going to be on special this whole week, where I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more, sharing about it a little more. The theme of my content this week is going to be all around creating your reality. How do you create? How do you write? How do you share? How do you receive? How do you grow an audience? How do you enjoy the writing process? How do you enjoy the communication process? How do you know that when you communicate, you're going to receive something from it, whether that's money, people, impact, whatever that it is. Yes. Oh my God, Gabrielle, I love this. Journaling is a huge practice of mine, and I have a whole module that's module 2, all about writing, all about journaling. So I give you my own journal prompts that I use. Hey, James. My own journal prompts that I use daily to, hey, Kyrie. You guys, Kyrie is amazing. I just met him. He's a brand new friend of mine. Super amazing guy, and I'm excited that we're friends. So anyway, if you don't know Kyrie, go follow Kyrie. James has a podcast, so amazing. It's called the Jimmy Daytona Show. So if you want to go listen to that. Gabrielle, I have just meeting you, but it looks like you have a podcast. And Joe, you are on my podcast. So go listen to the Colleen Gallagher podcast for this. But anyway, this 4-step process of create, write, share, receive, that's going to be the focus this whole week of how do you really do this. Journaling, I give you my whole second module, how do I grow my income? It's the same thing that I do every time. I've never changed it really in 4.5 years. I really sit there and I teach you how do you program your mind to go from, a couple $100s to a few $1,000 client, to $10,000 months, to $20,000 months, to $30,000 months, unlimited cap. The largest I've ever had in my career was $100,000 month, sales month. It wasn't cash. But I closed that because it wasn't the way that I liked it. And I started to only do things that I loved. And so I started to create programs. So I teach you how do you journal so you can create new offers, so you can have new income streams, so you can have multiple income streams, so you can have reoccurring revenue where you can predict the revenue the next month that's coming in. It's all different ones. So anyway, this is a really, really powerful course. It's one of my favorites, and I just highly recommend it. So let's see. Do you find that journaling is more effective than affirmations? That is a great question, Joe. A lot of it, let's talk about affirmation journaling. Journaling over an extended period of time is the best thing, I would say. It's like going to the gym, right? If you need to go and just get a quick workout, you might take a quick walk or something. That's an affirmation. You need immediate relief. Immediate relief is oh my God, I'm feeling really stressed out, or oh my God, I'm feeling like I need more money this second, or I feel like this relationship is causing me so much stress and anxiety. So let me affirm and use these to really support me, or I need to get into action to do something. Journaling is going to be more of a subconscious reprogramming, what's happening inside of your mind at the lower level, at the deeper level, you should say, that's not conscious. So you can sit there and be what are my thoughts around money? Obviously, most people, when you start to say it's I think money is bad. I don't need that much. I think it's bad to ask for too much. You have to go, okay, what is it that I choose to believe, right? And I go through this process in this whole module 2, which I really highly recommend. But journaling is the deepest way to transform yourself from the inside out, because it lets you begin to know what are the thoughts below the surface. And you sometimes sit there for 30 minutes. It means you're sitting your ass in the chair on the computer going, whatever it is that you're trying to up level, and whether it's a relationship, whether it's health and wellness, and what is the thoughts happening. And usually it takes a minute for you to tap into, and it's a stream of consciousness when it comes this is actually what's happening. This is actually what I'm feeling. I'm feeling not enough. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling like I don't want to overcharge, or I don't think I'm worthy of being paid that much. I don't want, I want to make sure people get value. I want to make sure that I have the most value, so they don't pay me and they don't feel like it's not enough. So that underlying, right, current there was not enough. And so you could never get there with just an affirmation of I'm enough, I'm enough, I'm enough. You have to really reprogram the way that you're thinking. So when you're speaking and when you're like, okay, what's the money issue? The money issue no longer is I'm not enough. It's okay. What would I do with an extra 20,000? Do I feel guilty around an extra 20,000 a month? And you really like tap into what is that? What's the story attached to that? And that can't really get there with affirmations. But everything you do speak at the same time is an affirmation. So it's a little bit twined. But if you're like sitting there like manifesting, journaling is definitely like the longevity. Affirmation is more like a moment to offer emotional support and relief. So anyway, I really hope this helped you guys. I had so much fun with this. I didn't know it was going to go this long. I love when y'all are so engaging. And yeah, so they do say that the biggest difference, that the biggest difference between a millionaire and a billionaire is that a billionaire writes things where a millionaire types things, because when you're writing things, it takes more muscle memory for you to do that. And it's kind of crazy I'm talking about this, but our memory, right? Our bodies carry memory, and the body, it's so important. Oh, it makes me so emotional. It makes me feel so good. The body carries wisdom. So the body, right, because energy can't be created or destroyed, and you are made up of molecules, that are in the greater cosmic world. So your body carries a wisdom. Your body carries a memory of many lifetimes. I guess we're kind of getting more many lifetimes or many experiences, and you have to begin to look at, why am I acting out past patterns? So when you think about that, like, why do you sleep on a certain side of your bed? Why do you know how to brush your teeth? Or it's like when you're driving somewhere and you just are like, whoa, how did I even get home? Because you weren't even present. That's your body's memory. So you are actually living out a past pattern and a past memory in the body. And so writing is so important, which is why I love this program, Create, Write, Share, Receive. Writing is so important because you have to begin to unravel and unweave and acknowledge what are the patterns and memory that your body is habitually, automatic habits that you're doing without thinking, that are really hindering you from your growth. Because when you kind of begin this path, I guess, to, you could say enlightenment, I don't know if that's the right terminology I would call myself, but enlightenment or consciousness or awareness or just wanting to be happy. That's even a more realistic term. The first step is the hardest, they say. Like, it's like when you want to go to the gym and you're like 200 pounds overweight. I haven't had that happen, but if you are, but I guess mine would be like 10 pounds. If I'm 10 pounds overweight and I feel like, oh my God. So when that's happened, right, the first step is the hardest, of like, oh, I need to get out of bed and I need to do this. But then once you're in the momentum of, no, I'm going to do this and it's going to happen, it's so much easier. The same is with becoming happy. The same is with becoming well. The same is with consciousness. So writing, which is why I love this course, and probably why I did this course. It's really my most feminine-based leadership, feminine-based course. Is why I love writing, is because writing forces you to sit there with your body, with your mind, and ask yourself questions you're avoiding. So one could be, why do I have anxiety? Why am I procrastinating? Why am I not going towards my dreams? Why am I staying stuck in a relationship I don't want to? Why can't I move past, a 10K, 20K, 30K month, whatever that it is? Why am I stuck at multiple 6 figures a year instead of a multiple 7 figures a year? But your body is acting out a memory. So you have to write to change your body's cellular memory, to change where you're going, so that your mind begins to move in a way with your body towards a direction it already feels like it's at. You're like making a memory of what hasn't happened yet. Like a great example of this could be a wedding. This could be a great example, even though I'm not big into this. But you're right, when you're creating a wedding, you already have this memory that's ingrained in your body, men and women, right? A bachelor party, this memory that's ingrained in your body of what that's going to be like because of everything that's been visualized and put into your mind, right? And so you're planning, but your body already has a memory of what that's meant to be like. So when you arrive there, it's like, it's still amazing, but it's like, oh yeah, this is how it was always meant to be. This is how it was always going to be. The same as like if you get a job, or like when you get the 6-pack you've been working on. And so you want to begin to think of your money, your creation, your wealth, your beauty any of it in this way of pen to paper. You are the creator instead of it being implemented into you, because implanted, I should say, because television, if you look at it, is telling you a vision, tell you a vision. And you want to take pen to paper to restore the memory that's truth within you, not the thing that's been put on top of that. So anyway, it's kind of a long-winded answer, but that's a really good question, Joe, and I really like those questions. So, all right, so that's that. If you like this, now I'm like inspired. I think I'm going to do a new module in this Create, Write, Share, Receive course. I think I'm going to do one on the writing one. So anyway, enroll by Friday. I'm probably going to have a bonus module. Now it'll be 5 modules, but it'll be one. But it's 4 videos that are recorded. I think they're each about an hour. I think there might be one Q&A that's in there. I'm pretty sure there's a meditation for sure that's in there. And then obviously, like I said, when you enroll by Friday, you get a one-on-one call with me. There is a payment plan option. So let me see this. If you go on, it's $333 and you get lifetime access, or you can do it in 4 interest-free payments for $83.25. And you also get one of my products included. So I love you. I hope this helps. Instagram, make sure to write like I'm ready to receive and I'll get you it. And Facebook, you guys have the link. So enjoy. And when you enroll within 24 hours, we will get you, contact you about setting up your time for a one-on-one call. So I love you. Enjoy this Monday. Have your intention. Be well. Redo your memory. Create, write, share, receive your life, because only you can choose to do it. No one can do it for you. You are welcome. I love you guys.